Good morning, guys. Today we are going through our first webinar in which we'll be dealing and which will be going through the slides mentioning the design and the technical skills that are needed for you to secure a job. And also I'll go through the marketing insights. We'll see the slides, some troubleshooting skills are there, and what are the essential softwares that you are going to need to learn to target specific jobs and to secure that job. Moving on to the next slide. Next slide mentions a small details about our background of work. We move on to our next slide. The next slide mentions the course overview and the 5 key points which we'll be discussing on the slides. The first one will be going through the HVAC fundamentals. The next we'll be going through the design skills. Design skills is just we are going to talk about the HAP software. And over here we will be talking about the refrigeration cycle. And most of you, I believe, are aware how it works. It goes from the compressor to the condenser, then from condenser to the expansion valve, and then to the evaporator. So it's just a small single line I try to show. We can go more in deep. The third point is the maintenance excellence, where we'll see what are the key skills you need to be a good maintenance technician. And then we'll see a small example of a troubleshooting skill. Then the marketing insights. And then the fifth one is an interview preparation strategies, what needs to be focused to crack these jobs. Moving on to the next slides, we see the Gulf job market spotlight. So there is a company which has posted on 23rd of Feb, and you can see the job opportunity available for the HVAC technicians and AC technicians. The total number of vacancies is 50, and the job salary range is also mentioned over here. We target to the another part of the design side, where you can see it mentioned about an HVAC design engineers with 0 to 3 years. The most important part to focus on this slide is what key skills are needed. So you need to know about the AutoCAD skills, you need to know about the HAB, hourly analysis program software use, and also you need to know a small BOQ, how to make a BOQ and how to do the estimation. And that's a very easy skills. And see over here the communication skills that you need to develop. The requirements is you should have a bachelor of technology in engineering and you should have a mechanical background. So you can see here in the job posting it's clearly mentioned is that HVAC engineering, preferably in the UAE. So it's very important to know the standards of the UAE that are need to crack this interview. Moving on to the next slide, as I told you, we'll be talking about the design skills. So you can see here, the first important part is you take all the raw data of the building, like shell and core areas, and also you take all the climate data, you check all the standards available, you proceed to your HAP software, you do the HAP calculation, then using the HAP calculation, you make the single line drawing. There's a lot of processes involved, and then you interpret the drawings. The last stage for the drawing is called the issued for construction drawing. We call it IFCs. And then this is where it's like what are the things you need to do. So usually the comfort zone they are saying is to maintain 24 degrees Celsius, or sometimes they say in Fahrenheit 76 Fahrenheit, with the humidity ranging from 50 plus minus 5%. So there's a comfort level, but based on the client requirement this can be changed. You can design for lower data also. Moving on to the next slides, we see the key skills required to be a good HVAC designer. So as I was talking to you about the HAB software, so this is the final result which comes once you do the calculation with the HAB. You see here you can get all the data from January to December. You can see the total cooling coil load which was calculated for an area was around 99.4 ton, and then you have the sensible coil load. And then you have a very important thing, how much amount of flow you need. It is given in the GPM. And then you have a very critical thing, you have to see the outdoor temperature at which it was designed, entering tribal temperature at which it was designed. The coil ADP is also very important. ADP is called the ADP, we call it apparatus dew point. I'll just write it, apparatus dew point. And now we'll see, like we have just discussed about the HVAC HAB calculation, HVAC drawing, why we need to interpret the drawings, and we see the system planning, how we do the system planning. Before you start a project, you have to plan, you need to gather all the data. Moving on to the next slide, we have the key maintenance skills that are important for securing the job. So you can see what is the importance of maintenance. Usually, any maintenance which you do, the importance is to make sure that the unit has an optimal performance. Then you have to understand the wiring and layouts, how you are going to troubleshoot an issue. You should know how to interpret the drawings. There are control panel drawings. There are process drawings. And in my first webinar, in my first podcast, we told you that the language of engineers is drawing, so you should know how to interpret the drawings, the basic of the refrigeration cycle, how it works, to understand the troubleshooting skills. And then why we are doing the maintenance is just to increase the life cycle and increase the reliability of the equipment. Moving on to the next slide, it's just an example which we bring up. There are more units, but I just wanted to show you like what are the basic units you have. You have split ACs, you have window ACs, and you have central ACs, you have chillers and district cooling plants. So these are different type in which the HVAC system equipments are divided. We have more. We have in the market, I will just mention like VRF and VRF and VRV. So this is like, then there is multi-split units. So there are multiple options available in the market which can be used, and there are multiple types. So there is a split unit type, if and then you can divide in the systems, like you can have AHUs, FCUs, the air supply units. So yeah, it's a vast department and it has a vast component which we need to explore in future. And we'll explore each one by one in our upcoming videos. So what are the essential maintenance skills for Gulf shop? So you should have the components knowledge, as I told you. You should have the refrigeration cycle type knowledge and type of the refrigeration. So the refrigerant, as I mentioned, you are for example, in general, we use R134A, R410. So we'll get in details about the suction and discharge pressure and where are these refrigerant used. The HVAC tools, which are the critical tools which we are using, and the high side and the low side system knowledge, which is for the buildings, like from the chiller side, and what are the installation part of the ducts and these all equipments, and some maintenance standards which you should know. And if you don't know, we'll make you aware about it in our upcoming videos. So this is a general troubleshooting example. There was an issue of the ice formation on the unit and how you troubleshoot it. So you have to go step by step, like you should see whether there is a restriction in the filters, there is a low refrigerant charge. And then the first step of solution is to clean the filters, charge the refrigerant, inspect fan motor, the fan is facilitating. And there are more other reasons also. For example, the expansion valve is not working properly. So I just give a small example. I know more there are skilled technicians who are also watching this presentation. So they will ask, there are this reason also, that reason also. So to give you just small idea for the newly freshly graduates guys, we just wanted to show that there is one problem which mostly comes where you see icing on the system. So we can explore more deep, and there are more reasons why it happens. So the Gulf job market and the interview preparation courses offered. So over here we'll be offering, like, in our upcoming videos, we'll giving you short courses, like and most of them it will be like free of cost only. You can go through and you can have the design part. You can see how the calculations are done. So you can go point by point, like the growing demand for the HVAC professionals, importance of interview preparation, technical knowledge is crucial, soft skill matters, proper preparation leads to success. So over here we'll be focusing mostly on the technical knowledge, and we'll be posting every week a video on Sundays. So you can go through our small videos where we'll be mentioning how to design and how to calculate in our upcoming videos. So it will be a very good experience and knowledge, and to gain more later on we can go once through this stage once we have developed the skills. So the first part is this, and then comes the second part. Now, why you should take this course and elevate your skills, and why you should subscribe our channel and you should go through these skills, because the design skills, everyone is aware about the technical part. The technicians, the on-field technicians, they know about the unit and they know how to troubleshoot a unit, but there is a bridge that needs to be made, which is the design bridge, to understand the system more effectively. So once you have this both skills combined, it's very good. And for the fresher graduates, we'll be teaching you both. We'll be in our videos, we'll be showing you both, and we'll be focusing more on the design part, which is very important for you to target engineering level jobs. So yes, the design skills is very important to understand how the system is designed. It's very important too for us to know that how efficiently you can troubleshoot it from the maintenance point of view. And for designing a system for the construction part, you should know how to efficiently estimate the heat load calculation based on the standards in the market. For example, ASHRAE standards and ISHRAE standards. So over here, we are mostly using ASHRAE standards for the heat load calculation part. So these are design skills. The fresher gets an opportunity to bridge the gap between the college theories and the practical demands in HVAC industry. And for the experienced tech, you also bridge the gap between the technical roles with the design roles to troubleshoot the system effectively. Moving on to our next slide, which shows you how you can maximize your knowledge and how you can target, as we said, how you can target and get an insight at the selected job opportunities and how you can prepare yourself for the interview. So you should just get the essential knowledge, which we are already going to post every week, as I told you on Sunday. You'd focus on the entry level jobs, and you should build confidence, interview confidence. We will try to screen you once there is an interview. We can spend some time with you. We can have a meet session or Zoom session where we can see if you lack any skills. We can help you with that. And yes, the job market is very competitive, and the field of HVAC is very fast. And it's very good to know and to enter in this field and to enhance your knowledge in it. So just to conclude the full presentation, so we just talk about the design and maintenance skills that we need. It's a pathway for the freshers and opportunities for the experienced tech to know more about the design and to get promoted to the supervisor levels after having those design skills, and also they can understand the system more efficiently. Then mastering the skills is a very important thing. So you can get master. You can just it's just the same thing. And then for any other requirement and resources, you can just contact to our team, to Mr. Akil, and he can give you more details for the upcoming uh, schedules which we have. So thank you so much for your time, and I really wish a bright future for you and to secure a job in the field in HVAC. Not only in the HVAC, we hope that we bring in future curriculums which can help you to secure a job in other mechanical and electrical field. So on this slide, we just spoke about the HVAC part. In the upcoming videos, we will have sessions where we will be talking on the HVAC design. We will be talking about the electrical designs, some basic calculations which will help you to do in day-to-day activities. And for the technicians, it's a very good opportunity also to go ahead and learn the design skills. So yes, thank you so much for your time, and that's all. So Akhil, you can take over from here. Thank you so much.